welcome to the Midnight Ride with Gray Man Prepping. How's everybody doing out there? And get everybody coming in. So let's get over here and say hello to everybody and welcome the family in here. All right. So the first one in was my evil twin, me. Anyway, the Mother Earth Garden Club, Uncle Richard, Chef Tech. It's the Marshmallow Man. Hey, Lewis. Angels Homestead. Everyone's talking back and forth. Tibor's in the house. Bay's Place is here. Kaylin Strain's here. Diana 2 is here. And we got a couple lurkers out there. Lurking is fine, but please, if you can, hit the thumbs up and say, hey, I'm lurking. Not a problem. Just check in. All right. Go ahead and close that. Well, I'm back in Idaho. And it was 92 outside when 93 outside when I got here. 92 when I turned on the computer and made sure everything didn't shut down while I was gone. For the computers that are here. And it is now 84 in this room. And yeah, it's hot here. And let's see. So before I took off to head to California, now this is what I use for my camera. It's a Motorola. Well, it's nice and slick and shiny. When it's in my pocket, and I bent over, and it shot out of my pocket like a slingshot was on it, and it landed on one corner and did a triple gainer, came around and landed on the other corner. And that's what it looks like. Broken here and broken up there, bad, and some other fractures. Anyways, my wife had me get a, it was just really sharp and everything on there. So we got a, it says it's tempered glass, but it feels more like plastic. And it was adhesive on it, put it on there, and it works just fine. So I can, really surprised me that it was going to keep working. So I can bring it on and I can swipe it up and I can go to camera mode and I can do stuff, everything just fine just with it. So I thought I was going to have to go and get a new one, spend another $168 and get a new one, which is cheap for a camera. Yes. My wife and my son have a case that has a two-piece case. So it's a hard plastic case around it and then a big old rubber thing on it so that the front's always exposed. They put one of these things on it to protect it. And so it when it's sitting down, you try to drag across anything cloth, it don't want to drag. So when it's in a pocket, it doesn't come out. And sometimes it's funny watching my wife. She'll stick it in her back pocket or in the pockets of her Bermuda shorts she has. She wears out gardening, and she's trying to dig it out, and it's just grabbing onto the cloth. And so, but for this particular year, this is the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2022. It comes with a rubber case on the inside and a hard one on the outside, so it still just slides right on out. Now the 21 and before, and the 23, 24, and 25 are the hard case with a rubber on the outside, like my son and daughter have. But the one year they reversed it. And I've been looking. I went to the same manufacturer. Well, several of them. They're all friggin' bass backwards on it. Well, see, my regular phone has a case. It's very well protected. Problem is, when I try to shoot video on it, this blocks off my video. But usually I don't carry this in my pocket. but there was some stuff going on. So I just, rather than, running back in the house and putting it in the house, I just stuck it in my pocket. And then I saw some goat heads laying down on the concrete there, and not wanting any of the grandkids to track it in the house, reached down to pick them up, and I'm free. Well, see, it's not Motorola that made the case. It's this other company, and it's the same. It's the one that my son and my wife have, and they make it for a lot of them, and they really work really good. Is that they've been talking about everybody else that has it, and the problem is, the 1 year this company said, hey, let's try it the other way around. And it's like, it don't work the other way around, and they found that out. All righty, let's. I know before we jump into the news with Mark and those in Ohio, what's going on there with the summit. Let's go ahead and blow through all the cool stuff I got from you guys and from myself online stuff. All right, first headline: breaking news: Central Iowa Waterworks bans lawn watering. They're taking their cue from the great nuisance of California. And let's see here. Let's get in there real quick. Take a quick look see at this one, because this was sent out last Friday to me by Kaylin. Central Iowa Waterworks is telling customers to stop watering their lawns so the level of the nitrate in the people's tap water stays below the legal limit. Regional utility services, the regional utility services, the vast majority of the Des Moines metro area businesses and residents are now banned from watering their lawns, so there's enough water available for drinking and bathing. Sounds like they haven't been planning ahead, personally, looking at it. Water leaving the treatment plant is currently at 9 parts per million. If it raises above the safety standard of 10 parts per million, pregnant women and children would not be able to drink it. And so, anyways, yeah. So that's that headline. Thank you, Kaylin, for sending that one, letting us know that other states are following with Newsom's great screw up there in managing water in California and not managing their water. And when things go, they go, oh, wait a minute, you guys can't water this, you can't do that, you can't do that. And Kaylin's putting in a comment there on that as well. Trump signs measure blocking California's ban on the sale of gas-powered cars. Good for him, because it's utterly stupid to think that, oh, California's going to say you have to buy electric, you can't buy a gas or diesel-powered vehicle after such and such date. But we won't have the infrastructure up to support that for another 6 decades. Absolutely stupid and just asinine on the demon rats there in California. Dried apricot recalled nationwide. FDA warns eating them could be fatal. Let's find out what these are. And Kaylin sent this one to me as well. Dried apricots recalled nationwide. FDA warned that it could be fatal. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get down in here. Health officials have issued an urgent recall for Florida dried apricots sold by Turkana. That's Turkana Foods, Inc. in nearly 20 states due to potentially, I like this, potentially deadly levels of undeclared sulfates. In other words, the sulfur they put on it to dry the apricots and get the bugs and stuff out of it. Tammy Harder's in the house. Additionally, okay, it gives all the information. You can look it up for the recall online to make sure you haven't bought any of those packages and stuff. While no illnesses have been reported yet, the FDA urges consumers to return the recalled apricots to the original place of purchase for a refund. Takana Food has not released a statement yet regarding the recall. Sulfate sensitivity affects approximately 4% of Americans, particularly those with asthma, who may experience symptoms such as wheezing, coughing, and shortness of breath. And why do they have asthma? Could it be all the other crap that's been sprayed on all the wheat and corn and everything else we've been eating for the last several decades? Could be, but I'm not saying it is. Check with the Secretary of Kennedy on that one. Yeah, for his department. All right, let's go back here. Epic Newsroom. Headline, pay close attention to this. Chinese doctor says explosive COVID spread is possible. Doctors and health professionals across China are reporting far more cases than anticipated. What do you expect when everybody's jammed in tight together and aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing? Here's another one. Razor blade throat. COVID subvariant sickens more in California. And they're pushing it again, trying to get you to take which is proven to be more deadly than what it's supposed to stop. The subvariant Nimbus, Nimbus, is known for its ultra contagious and painful sore throat. Let's go and do a deep dive on this one here. Not telling anybody what to take or anything, but this is what's being reported. So all I'm doing is reporting what's being reported and doing a commentary under the where is it? Doing a commentary under, hang on, the fair use copyright disclaimer. Yeah. So that's what all the stuff talked about in the news, we're just covering it under that. We are not giving out any medical information other than check with your doctor. Anyway, it says the highly contagious version of coronavirus is characterized by extremely painful sore throat, described as, and in quotes, razor blade throat overseas. Not here in the U.S. yet. They're trying to make it be known by that here in the U.S., but it's what they're calling it overseas. And yeah. And he said I can't give you much information about it and as far as numbers or anything. Nimbus, here's what it says. Nimbus, which originated in China, they're actually saying in the news article that originated in China, accounts for an estimated 37% of cases nationwide, according to data collected over 2 weeks starting June 7th. Wow, a little short period of time, and it covers 37% nationwide. Yeah. All I can tell you that the staff sergeant and others in our family that did not take never got any of it. But that's just not saying everybody else is good for that, but okay. All right, major pharmacy is closing even more California locations amid bankruptcy. And that is going to come here. I got to do a deep dive into it, into the article. It's not going to give it anything near the front. So mid chapter 11 bankruptcy, Rite Aid added 56 more stores to the ones they're closing in California. Gee, that's because they tried doing some BS marketing plan, business plan amongst Newsom's. Oh, you can't call the police for someone shoplifting. Here's another urgent recall for cereal that may contain pieces of sharp metal. And Kaylin sent this one, and this is for, let's see what cereal they're talking about. That's what it looks like. And let's go in here and do a deep dive on it here. Post brands of 5,300 boxes of Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds due to the potential contamination with sharp metal pieces. The recall was initially announced May 28th and was classified as Class 2. It's classified as a Class 2 recall by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration on June 12th. This classification indicates that consuming cereals may cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. The cereal was distributed to Sam's Club stores in California and Colorado, the other commie state. I need to forward this one here to the staff sergeant. Hang on a second here. Okay, but yeah, she likes that. So forward to, boom, and it's off to the staff sergeant. Collins Aerospace to lay off 130 workers in Iowa. Yeah. Fiber optic lines deliberately cut, causing significant outage. Where at? In Kaylin sent this. It has to be somewhere in. Oh, hang on. Significant service interruptions affected Spectrum customers in Los Angeles due to vandalism. Cable and internet provider reported vandals deliberately cut fiber optic lines in Van Nuys, impacting services across Los Angeles, including areas of North Hollywood, where I used to live many years ago, and parts of Orange County, such as Anaheim and Santa Ana. Idiots. I have a few things I would like to do to vandals like that, but I can't say it here because it would be against certain things. So I'm not going to say it, but there are certain things I would like to do to idiots like that. Let's see here. California, actually, let me get it. Let me get this right. Let me get in here. California proposes to make it a misdemeanor for officers to cover their faces, prompts federal criticism. The big wiener, State Senator Scott Wiener, Democrat representing San Francisco, who was famous several, quite a few years back for sending out pictures of his wiener to thousands of women after his wife. But it was right before or after his wife divorced him. Anyways, yeah, he goes, yeah. And basically he's targeting ICE officers on it. Now he goes, it does not apply to National Guard or other troops and would exempt SWAT teams and officers responding to natural disasters. So Wiener is being a wiener by trying to hinder ICE from being able to do their job without being targeted and getting these illegal aliens out of the country. Yeah, well, we need to deport Wiener to some place where they will chop his wiener off. Iowa Supreme Court reverses course on warrantless trash searches. In other words, if you want to go through someone's trash, you got to have a warrant. Okay, let me do that. Okay. Thousands attend No Kings protest in Walnut Creek, California, not realizing the only ones claiming themselves as kings are the demon rats. Oh, wait a minute. They're not claiming themselves as king. They're claiming themselves as emperors and other, such terms. Battle over the California National Guard heads to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. No more information on that, just the headline. Iowa House pushes for a special session to override Governor Reynolds' veto of eminent domain bill. And reading through this, they passed a bill that says, oh, you can't do eminent domain for any little whim you want to do it for. And the governor vetoed it. And it looks like they got the votes to override him and go, and he goes, but we got to be able to. He goes, but we got to be able to take stuff if we need it for our projects. Here's an interesting one. And Kaylin sent this one. It's really interesting. For those of you that follow the channel formerly known as Suspicious Observers, now known as spaceweather.com, here's the headline. Study finds planetary waves linked to deadly weather increasing. You mean it's not people causing it? It's more powerful forces doing it, like the sun and the planets and everything else is affecting it? Like those huge planets, Jupiter and Saturn, have some sort of effect on Earth? Little bitty Earth? Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. Some of these things just tick me off. But that was a good one saying, hey, we got it. We're proving it. Here it is. Here's the headline. Another product linked to deadly listeria outbreak has been recalled. Let's see what's been recalled. Okay, and the thing doesn't do it. And the next one doesn't do it. The next headline doesn't do it. The sub-headline, the products were sold at nationwide retailers, including Walmart and Kroger. Still doesn't say what it is. Here we go. Several ready-to-eat chicken fettuccine Alfredo products sold across the United States are being recalled because the items may have been contaminated with a strain of Listeria mononucleosis, whatever genosis, linked to multiple state outbreak, federal health officials said Tuesday. May, not did, may, not is, may. Some people are still on the bought and paid for payroll. Nobody has died, but people are saying, oh, I got sick from it. Was your doctor say, nothing, I didn't go to the doctor? Okay, back here. All right. Honda. You know, Honda recalls 259,000 cars due to brake pedal shifting flaw. Brake pedal shifting flaw. Let's take a look at that. See, New York AP. Honda's recalled more than 259,000 of its cars across the U.S. due to a problem that can cause the brake pedal to shift out of position, potentially interfering with the driver's ability to stop. Oh, so the pedal is loose and it wiggles off to the side. Yeah, they should be recalling that and using nylock nuts instead of just regular nuts on holding it in place. Yeah, the brake pedal will pivot, so it's out of alignment. So when you go to stomp on it, there's no pedal there. I remember something about that with someone else's thing back in the 60s. And what it was, they had the assembly was held on by two bolts. I'm trying to remember because you figure about 3/8 size or so. And they didn't use nylock stop or any lock washers on it. And the one just unbolted and vibrated off. The nut vibrated off and the bolt bounced off the other side. Pedal assembly went bloop. Yeah, not a new problem. Okay, this next I got to go into it because the thing. Okay, San Diego fog lights at San Diego International Airport have not worked since have been out since 2022. When in 2022, it didn't. I didn't see it when I was perusing this article that was sent to me. But because the fog lights were out and it was foggy and a plane coming in was trying to guess where they were at, but they couldn't see the freaking airport because the fog lights were out, came down a little short and clipped some power lines. Killed all 6 on board and injured 8. Let me see how many on the ground here. Yeah, injured 8 people on the ground. Nobody on the ground was killed. I have a feeling that San Diego Airport is going to get a major fine from the FAA, the NTSB, and then lawsuits up the yin yang for not fixing their fog lights for 3 years. Now here's a good one, folks. This is good, and I'm going to drop the link here. Oh, got a bunch of comments just wrong. Okay, Suzanne Galazin here. Howie Food Forest Permaculture is rolled in. And everybody's chatting back and forth, trying to see if I spot anybody else new coming in. Okay, it looks like it. All right, looks like we're all good here. All right, here's the next one here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link now. Come on, get in there. There we go. And get over here. And pan it. There we go. All right, the last headline, Kraft Heinz. So Kraft and Heinz have merged. So Kraft Heinz to remove artificial dyes from all products like Jell-O and Kool-Aid. Let's go in and see how many more products they're going to do it to. All right. Kraft Heinz says it'll be removing all artificial food dyes from products sold in the U.S. starting in 2027. So they got to get stuff ramped up, and they'll probably start replacing stuff as they can. But by 2027, they should have everything doing, and they'll stop making new products with these dyes. In fact, they'll stop making these products. Get my tongue in tight. They will stop making new products with these dyes effective immediately. So Heinz Kraft said nearly 90% of its products are already free of synthetic dyes and has investigated in removing dyes in the remaining products or replacing them with natural colors, the company spokeswoman told NPR that many of the products still contain artificial dyes are in the beverage and dessert category. Some products are sold in the brands of Crystal Light, Kool-Aid, Jello, and Jet Puff. So yeah, they're making a step because they've been forced to, but they are slowly doing it. And that takes care of all the news items. Yep. Okay, our heat index will be over 100 starting Sunday, lasting all week. Not good. Let me see if I can refresh this one here. Let's see what the temperature has dropped. Okay, it's dropped to 81 now outside. Tomorrow's high is only supposed to be 80. Saturday's high is only supposed to be 67. Hey, I'll actually get some sleep. The low for Friday night is 45. The low for Saturday night is 39. High 61 on Sunday, low 36 on Sunday night. 71 high Monday, 43 low Monday night. And it's climbing back up. By next Thursday, hitting 85, and it doesn't tell me what the low is for Thursday night. Next Thursday. Yeah, it was nice there in California, temperature wise, until yesterday. Tuesday night it did not cool off, so the house was warmer than normal. And even though we had when I got up at 5 o'clock, I opened all the doors and windows even more, put fans in, tried blowing up, but it wasn't that much cooler outside. And yeah, it was ugly. And yesterday, I was planning on leaving there at 3 o'clock California time in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I figured, all right, I'm going to crash about 8 o'clock. I should be able to get about 6 hours of sleep in. I took a nap earlier in the day for an hour. I'm laying there. Look up at the ceiling fan. It's on low. Turn it on high, so it's blowing on me. Here's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
And so it's blowing on me. I'm just and I finally nodded off. And when my wife came to bed about 10 o'clock or so, she noticed a ceiling fan on high, and I hadn't opened the two windows in the bedroom. She went outside, double checked. Okay, it was cooler outside than inside. She opened them up, put a fan in the one window. It's a fan about this big, has two fans in it. So it has an expander thing on it, so it fits the window, and started blowing air in there. It didn't wake me up until about 2:15. It's like, am I getting cold? I was laying on top of the bed. Hey, Aiden there, how's it going? And finally, it's like, oh, she got the fan on. Oh, this actually feels nice. And then about 2:35 or so, it's like I really woke up. It's like, okay, all right, I better get up now and just start doing stuff. I got out of there at 3 o'clock on the button, and I made great time. I got in a pack of these guys doing 85 in California. I was in the middle, and they were all just, and I got pulled. Everybody's they're pushing me and pulling, I'm just stuck in the middle here. But we didn't see a cop the entire time. Then we kept that up until we hit Reno city limits. Then we slowed down to 75 into 65. And we were doing great until we get on the east side of Reno, and we just stomped on our brakes. From Reno, going east of Reno is two lanes on 80, until you get to USA Parkway, where there's a big employment complex out there, and it picks up, and they add 2 exit lanes to get off. As soon as we got to those exit lanes, all of a sudden, those, I was in the number 1 lane. It's like everybody goes over. It's like, damn, I'm doing 80 again. But it took 45 minutes to go that short bit there, because we were doing 5 to 15 miles an hour. Because idiots don't know how to drive. They can't stay at the speed. Oh, I got to slow down. But, and then, so that cost me a little bit of time there. And then we got some stupid blankety blank tanker truck driver who's, all right, here's his cab, here's the trailer. Let me get it right. It was cattywampus like this. The trailer was walking towards the side of the road, a good 2.5, 3 feet. And the guy was going along, and as soon as we got to a passing lane, he goes from 55, and it's a 60-mile-an-hour area. He goes from 55 to 75, trying to keep people from passing him. And almost took a couple cars out when he cut back over at the end of the passing lane. And then he was doing 55, for the next 45 minutes or so. And every time someone tried to pass him, he cheated over the yellow line, so that they couldn't, they had to back off, because yeah, that was an idiot. But so we would have been doing, and every other time I go up there, everybody is doing 70 in the 60-mile-an-hour zone out there in the middle of the country, nothing around. And they're bebopping along as a pack. And when they come across the trucks are usually pushing 60, 65, because it's not any climb. It's just, it's just little things, out there, and they're able to do it. This guy was being a total ass. Yeah. And that slowed me down a bunch. But I got here exactly 11 hours and 59 minutes. From the time I pulled out of the driveway in California until I backed into my driveway here. And it was funny, about 2 minutes after I backed in the driveway, my daughter and her husband pull into their cars, and kids start bailing out of the cars. And the youngest one, Oliver, goes, oh, he sees Grandpa sitting in the truck as I'm sorting stuff out, getting ready to empty everything out of the truck. And he starts running to the thing, and they start yelling. He stops right at the street, looks, and he starts to take it. Look! He looks at him like, I just looked both ways, twice. But yeah, I brought bicycles for him, Daniel, and Aiden that my wife had picked up for free in California. And what's so funny, she gets stuff for free there. People just giving it away because they want the latest and greatest new stuff, so they give away the old stuff. And here, someone would try selling those same things for $45, $50, and they're giving them away for free there. Yeah. So, Mark, how was the food summit?
So it was really rainy.
Windy,
rainy, on and off. But the summit in general, it was awesome. So I got a lot of video for Tammy of her, and I actually put it on a spare external hard drive. That took forever. And I left it in the truck. I'm like, you know what? You can just sit here on the Jackery and just do your thing. And I was like, here, just take it. She's like, what do I owe you? I was like, nothing. I got like dozens of these 1 terabyte external hard drives. So just take it. use it, store your stuff on there. And she's good with that. She's like, okay, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I gave her lemon balm. I dug out of the house, dug out of my yard. Now I can hit it with the weed whacker because that crap is taken over.
Yeah.
Because I was letting it grow just for her.
Yeah.
But no, the speakers were awesome. And now my personal opinion of the campground, yeah, they shut most of the campground down, and I got the only tent spot, which is mostly grass, which is great. But I'm next to the dumpster, which is funny because then a Tesla truck pulled up through there.
So, all right.
Can you hear me okay?
You're breaking up, going Mr. Roboto a little bit, but I'm figuring out everything you're saying. There's a channel here that only made one comment at the beginning. Uncle Richard. Is that a friend of yours?
Yes, that is Richard. He is sitting next to me. I finally got his. I said, give me a damn phone. I subscribed him. I changed his name from his real name to just Uncle Richard because that's what we all call him. Yeah, my audio's breaking up because I'm on an iPad with 2 bars of crap service.
Well, right now you're sounding good.
Okay, I won't move. So yeah, he's sitting next to me. It's my friend Richard. We talk about canning, food, everything, and he's getting onto it, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. But cool. Yeah, so that's when Uncle Richard pops in. That's my buddy Richard.
Love your show.
He loves the show.
Cool.
He's one of your lurkers because he didn't know how to comment, hit the like button or anything. So I would send him the link. He would just watch it.
Cool.
So he was
Excellent.
your perpetual lurker. Now he'll at least put a smiley face or something there.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's messed up these days, and Ohio's no better.
So
this is the nicest night we've had. Because last night we stood for an hour and a half. Keeping the easy up from blowing away. My tent folded over twice. You there?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Folded over twice. Ripped a bunch of seams. It's still fine. It stayed dry. But we stood out in the rain for an hour and a half, just holding the easy up down. And but tonight, oh my God, I can see more stars now than I can see at home. And we got a campfire going. It's 61 degrees now. It is like the perfect ending to a short vacation.
All right. So next year, for those that want to attend the Food Summit, it's going to be on Wednesday the 17th and Thursday the 18th.
It's one day off from this year.
Yeah.
Well, one date off, not the day.
Yeah. And the days are shifting just once. This 26 is not a leap year.
Yeah. So my only issue with the campground, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So my only issue with the campground is the bathrooms. Not the porta potties for everybody else, but the bathrooms for the campground. Yeah, I'm used to staying in like KOAs and really not high end, but clean campgrounds. Yeah, I don't think they clean I don't think they cleaned the showers in the last like 3 weeks. So it was kind of gross. Yeah. So unless you got a camper RV and you're going to stay in that, and there's not many campsites because they use all the RV pull-throughs. That's where the big tents are. There was only like 30 people here that camping, or maybe 40 in random locations, but they don't have the campsite. They literally shut the campground down except for the tent sites if you look at their map. And I'm in the end tent site next to the dumpster and the dump station, which is lovely. I can't smell because the wind blows the other way, which is good. So, but I mean, for the summit, it's awesome. For the camping experience, not so much. Unfortunately, it was not 90 degrees like last year. I was not here, but I was not looking forward to that in a tent with no air air
Yeah.
conditioning, and nighttime lows at like 85. So this year, nighttime lows were like 70. That's doable for me.
Yeah.
Next year, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's I'm not sure if the staff sergeant and I will make it next year or not. She says it sounds nice, but she wants to see how things are going, especially with her mother. But
Yeah, Tammy actually had a two hotel rooms, one for her and her daughter, and the other one for two other people that were supposed to show up. They didn't. She actually called me first and said, "Would you like a hotel room instead of a tent?" And of course, I'm like, "Hell no! I'm staying in a tent." We did it anyway. Next year, if we do it, yeah, we'll probably stay in a hotel and just drive in the morning and park and do our thing and then leave. So, wife wants to go, but she's not going to want to camp here because of me, and I'll tell her everything. But if we get a hotel room, yeah, sure, we can do that. You just can't cook and do the campfire stuff at night.
So he says, sounds like you're at Rocky Fork.
No, we're at what's the name of the campground?
Yeah.
Basically, the campground we're at is the fairgrounds for the summit.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I haven't moved my truck since I got here. We just walked 150 yards and get up to all the tents and the food and everything else, and we're good.
Hey, Ferocious.
So, we're at if you go to the food summit, it tells you where it's at. It's an RV campground. Let me see your phone a second. Oh wait, no, it's not. Whatever. Yeah, I'd have to look at the Wi-Fi password, but
No, it is because you put it in there earlier. Remember?
what for the? No, you're not on. You're not on Wi-Fi here.
No, if you go to the maps, it should.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking here, and
So it's called Timbercrest RV Park.
Timbercrest RV Park. Okay, there's a different food summit coming up here.
Oh, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, in Ohio. There's a food summit in Ohio on January 1st, April Fool's Day. For more, it looks like that's for more industrial food stuff.
Yeah, this is the Food Independence Summit.
Food Independence Summit. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So actually, yeah, so look up Food Independence Summit 2025 or 2026 to get dates. And tickets are probably already on sale. If they did like last year, they're already selling tickets for it. So if you're here at that one, you get a big discount by buying the tickets for next year at the same time that you're here now. And still, Joe Salatin was there.
Yeah, Joel was here. Talked. I listened to him a little bit.
Callie Means was there.
A bunch of them. So on their website right now, they were streaming live all the big talkers.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's still videos available to watch right now for the 2025 one. There is a YouTube channel for it, and I think they put some of the videos there. They had a lot of camera people running around this year.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the at some of the ones they have in here. It's like Cody and Michelle Knox, homesteader YouTubers. Never heard of them.
Yeah.
The Sarah Thrush.
If everybody listening right now, I can't see who.
We got 22 here.
She was there. I met her. anybody on your channel right now, if you join us on Monday on Gil's live stream on Camp Patton Family Compound, Tammy's going to be on second half of the show, and Tammy will give you all the fun insights. She knows more of these people than I do.
Yeah.
So she can wrap names off left and right, and I'll chime in when I feel it's appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some of these guys I've heard of, others I haven't heard of. I'm going through it, and
the guy from Germany, the doctor from Germany, he was cool in your channel.
that would
he's
have been
German.
the
He talked about lions and stuff. Yeah.
would that be this guy here?
Yep, that's him.
Julian. Yeah.
Yep. Nice guy. He basically mocked America on a regular basis. His laugh killed me because it was like, oh yeah, you Americans, you love your plastic. Meanwhile, we're all holding bottles of plastic Deer Park water we're drinking because that's all they gave us here.
Yeah.
So we're all, everything's in plastic. And he's going off about the microplastics and stuff like that. And we're all listening.
Yeah.
And
stainless steel inside this padding. Yeah. Oh, and for my grandkids, for their got rid of all their plastic straws. They all have stainless steel straws now with the silicone rubber mouthpiece, so they don't jab themselves. I also tell them, you guys have to be sitting down when you drink. Cutting up peaches up. My wife this week was going through the apricots that were just dropping on her, and she wouldn't let me help. And she did 6 pints of really nice apricot jam, and she had a bunch of others in there, that she was, the squirrels were getting about a quarter of them, and the birds were getting at least an eighth of the apricots. And if she wasn't out there right away in the morning, squirrels would get all the ones that got knocked down. They'd be hauling those off too. She only found like 3 apricot pits on the property, so there was probably another 60 apricot pits that were hauled off of the apricots. But
there's something about the apricot seed, not the shell on the outside, but the seeds. Raw, that's what I was listening to somebody talk about it. Raw apricot seeds dried. There's something exceptionally beneficial, according to what I heard. I don't know what it was. Something about one of the B vitamins. There's something really, really, really good. They're bitter, but they're really good for something in your body. So maybe look into B. I think it was B17 is the vitamin, and there's something else, quercetin, something like that. But it's part of it, and they're supposed to be like ultra good for something in your body. Not sure what. Maybe just general health. Yeah, B17. Yeah. So Howie knows I'm tiptoeing around this right now, because I know a lot more than I'm going to let on to on the channel here.
Yeah, so he's not giving medical advice. He's just telling stuff out there. Go do your own research, folks.
That's what I heard. I heard some people talking about it. I think it was that. I don't know what it does for you, but it's supposedly something good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps with your, I don't know, your fingertips or something. I don't know.
That's what I like. I'm trying to find a holistic licensed MD up here. One that leans to all the herbs and stuff and everything else that, the true medicine, not the chemical crap. And trying to find
a lot of people
doctor up here. Uh, hang on, what did she? The harvested made apricot jam and syrup have pulp frozen. Yeah, I'm not sure what she did today, but she had 3 big trays, you know, of apricots to do stuff with. So she's either my wife is either just going to make a syrup or something and freeze it, or do something with it. And the next time I'm down there, I'll bring it up here. So I may have apricot syrup for the grandkids to put on their pancakes. Her peaches are still green, and she accidentally knocked one off yesterday. She was pissed, but the other thing she's supposed to start doing this week is netting the peach tree so the squirrels and birds can't get at the peaches. The apricot tree is too friggin' big to do that. It was supposed to be an ultra dwarf apricot, and it turned out to be not an ultra dwarf, not a dwarf, a semi-dwarf, which was about 3 times the size we wanted in that area. But it's loaded with apricots, nice size apricots. Oh, and so let me see. It says 3. I've been up for 18 hours. Actually, I've been up for almost 19 hours. I've been awake for almost 19 hours now. All right. Let's see here. Other stuff. Yeah, so Monday's going to be interesting. It may be. I think I got it loaded already. Let me see here. Hang on. Let me look at my stuff here for. No, I haven't loaded Mondays yet, so I got to get with Tammy to see if we're going to change the title on it. But currently, right now, tomorrow on on Camp Patton Family Compound, first day of summer, we're going to talk about summer activities and all the fun stuff you can do in the summer and things to be, be careful of not to do and stuff. Saturday here on Gray Man prepping for the Survival Saturday. After the New Madrid supervolcano erupts, what are your plans? And yes, there are channels talking about a supervolcano erupting in New Madrid and the Mississippi. Yeah. Monday, we're gonna probably start out with ways to protect canning jars, and then move on to the summit. Because especially modern jars, geez. The jars my wife used are some good 40, 50-year-old jars. And you pick them up, it's like, this pint jar weighs more than this brand new quart ball jar.
Oh, that company was here too.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's the name of it?
Superb.
Blue,
Superb.
Superb. They were here.
Yeah.
I picked.
They're one of the main sponsors of it.
Oh yeah, no, he is like the big sponsor of it. I picked up a sleeve of 13 dozen standard mouth lids, 13 to $25. And then I picked up a sleeve of wide mouth ones for, I think, $30. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, one of the storefronts, whatever, was walking around with a box of stuff going, "Do you can?" I was like, "Yeah, I can." Like, pick one thing out of the box. So I grabbed the biggest box, which was another 60 wide mouth lids. I'm like, great, I'll take it. Yes. And then they did a giveaway. You fill out a little ticket, and you just drop it in the little box. And they did a drawing for a 921 All-American. And it was the ones that wasn't new. They were the ones that they were using, that Tammy and what's her name were using for demos. Right. And of course, you had to wait around for them to cool down because they were still had things in them cooking.
Yep.
Yeah, I was hoping, I filled one out. Richard filled one out. I was hoping one of us would win it so I could give it to Richard. Yep. Not that it matters. I have 4 of them anyway. So.
Yeah.
But there's just so much fun stuff.
Yeah, I still want to get back there for that. All right, let's continue on. So Monday's going to start with ways to protect canning jars. Move on from there. Tactical Tuesday, odors that can cause you trouble in disasters. Enough said on that. And then, of course, in the midnight ride. Oh, I've got to get to bed, folks. So remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out doing anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill. Expand your garden. And if you don't know how to preserve food, learn. Canning, freeze drying, dehydrating, salting, all the ways of preserving food. Learn how to do it. All right.
What night is that?
No, I'm just telling everybody to learn this stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were doing now. I'm like, okay, but what night do I have to be on? Okay.
No, but I just telling everybody, learn how to preserve your own food. We've talked about it several times so far. Monday nights on Camp Patton Family Compound. Different ones, just generic food preservation. Learn how to do it. And Howie says, get goats for milk, butter, and cheese. Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night.